Good morning, dear friends and random people of the internet. Today I want to talk about bugs. I like bees, of course. Some say they are disappearing due to modern pesticides, which is a shame. Everyone loves ladybugs too. And then there are some species of beetle that are really beautiful. I think most people hate spiders, but personally I think they're cool. They never bother me, and they eat flies too. I don't like flies and mosquitoes so much. Flies remind me of that poem by Ogden Nash. God in his wisdom made the fly and then forgot to tell us why. Anyway, there's one thing I never thought of doing: eating them. And yet, this seems to be the new trend they are trying to push now.
They're small, creepy, and crawly. But could insects be key to feeding the world sustainably? By 2050, there will be 10 billion human mouths to feed.
Our planet genuinely is on a collision course.
So will farming and eating insects help solve one of the 21st century's biggest challenges?
Insects are becoming a trend. The Western diet has to kind of shift and change. And most importantly, it's natural, it's normal, and it's the way that we have to feed the future.
Killed by bugs, a bizarre challenge may have cost a West Palm Beach man his life.
Before he died, the man downed dozens of bugs, cockroaches, and worms. Ted White is in the newsroom with this strange story.
Yes, natural and healthy. Bugs have never been a part of the European diet. Well, the French eat snails, but snails are mollusks, which put them closer to seafood than to insects. You know, insects are pretty abundant in nature. If people in Europe didn't want to eat bugs for thousands of years, maybe there was a reason for that. Maybe they found out that they were toxic or unhealthy, or maybe they just thought that they didn't taste very good. Otherwise, we would be eating them from long ago. The Irish, during the famine, instead of potatoes, they could have just eaten worms and flies, right?
It's a solution that actually works in a small village, and one day it's going to reach the store next to you.
I actually went to my grocery store because I remember seeing insect burgers there. I think they were actually called that, insect burgers, produced by a German company. But I couldn't find them now. I guess they sold out. They were a big hit. But you may be eating insects already. Sometimes ingredients are not listed up front. See, these are sustainable chips. Look behind and voila, they are made of cricket flour. That means grounded crickets.
Breakfast in the future is less likely to be bugs on brioche and more likely to be an insect protein shake.
I think within the next 10 to 20 years we'll be consuming insects a lot more, but not necessarily in the form that we see here, but in the form of pasta, such as insect flour and things like that. I think that's how they're going to be in our diet.
Other times they are direct about it. They try to paint it as something cool or edgy. A family that eats bugs together stays together. They even put out a video of Nicole Kidman eating bugs to make it glamorous.
Hornworms. They're still alive.
Yes, people in some regions of Asia eat bugs. But first, I'm not from Asia. And some of them also eat dogs or bats, which are things I wouldn't eat. And second, I don't really get all this. I mean, if they don't want people to eat meat, they could just push for a vegan or vegetarian diet. A vegan diet, well, I don't think it's very healthy unless you take supplements, but a vegetarian diet that includes eggs and dairy is not bad. I mean, I'm not really a vegetarian, but I did this for a while and it was fine. And who is going to eat bugs anyway? I mean, you're not going to convince vegans to eat insects, since they are living creatures too. And people who eat meat, well, they are not going to change their steak for a plate of worms, right? Unless the plan is a massive worldwide famine that will make meat unavailable or extremely expensive and force people to eat canned bugs to survive. That could be the plan. I don't know.
Please, sir, I want some more.
But I think part of it is just pushing people to see how far they take it, how much they can control them.
Today I would like to show you a bit about slave positions.
So this is why they push for increasingly weird things. It's the same thing with vaccine passes or transgender children. Nobody asked for transgender children, right? And no one asked to eat bugs. I think these billionaires also get some kind of sadomasochistic thrill out of telling the masses to do disgusting things while they live in mansions and eat salmon and drink champagne.
Eat it, bitch. Eat it, bitch. Eat it, bitch.
Cramming live bugs and worms into their mouths, a particularly grim eating contest in South Florida. The eventual winner was Edward Archbold, seen here in the white bandana, pounding his chest to mark his victory. However, shortly after this video was taken, the 32-year-old collapsed outside and had to be rushed to hospital, where he later died.
The goal is to give people a choice that is healthy and nutritious as well as sustainable.
So, are you gonna eat the bugs?